Some cars are so complicated, so unreliable, or so badly designed that even mechanics don't want to touch them. In this list, we'll uncover 7 modern vehicles that mechanics secretly avoid, not because they're rare or exotic, but because they're repair nightmares. And trust me, the number one spot will shock you. Let's dive in. The Fiat 500X promised style and Italian flair in a compact crossover package, but mechanics know it for something else: endless frustration. At the heart of the problem is the 9-speed automatic transmission. Instead of smooth driving, owners often face harsh shifts, hesitation, or full-on failures. When that happens, many shops won't even attempt a rebuild. They'll tell you to replace it outright, often costing more than $3,500. Electronics are another nightmare. Random warning lights, faulty infotainment, and quirky wiring mean technicians can spend hours chasing a single issue. For independent mechanics, that's time lost, and customers angry about giant repair bills. Consumer Reports ranked the 500X near the bottom of its class year after year, far behind proven rivals like the Honda HR-V or Mazda CX-5. And that poor reliability record explains why so many shops groan when one rolls in. The lesson? That charming Italian design might look tempting on the used market, but even mechanics secretly avoid it. And that should tell you everything. The Jaguar XE was supposed to be the stylish British rival to the BMW 3 Series. On the road, it delivers sharp handling and sleek looks. But ask a mechanic? Most would rather see something else pull into their shop. One of the biggest complaints comes from the Ingenium engines. Timing chains that stretch too early, oil leaks, and cooling issues mean these cars don't age gracefully. And when those problems show up, repairs rarely come cheap. Even the ZF 8-speed transmission, praised in other cars, has its share of hiccups here, from harsh shifts to electronic glitches. Then there's the labor. Something as simple as fixing a leak can require hours of disassembly, which inflates bills past what most owners expect. J.D. Power and Consumer Reports consistently placed Jaguar near the bottom for dependability during these years, confirming what mechanics already knew. So while the XE might look like a bargain luxury sedan on the used market, remember this: even mechanics secretly hope you buy the German instead. If there's one SUV that makes mechanics sigh the moment it arrives, it's the Land Rover Discovery Sport. On paper, it's the perfect family adventure machine: compact, stylish, and ready for the trails. In reality, it's a constant reminder of why Land Rover sits near the bottom of reliability charts. Common headaches include turbocharger failures, fragile cooling systems, and electrical gremlins that never seem to go away. Then comes the suspension. Great for ride comfort, but notorious for premature wear. Add in the complicated all-wheel drive system, and suddenly a simple repair can eat up hours of labor and a mountain of parts. Consumer Reports, and what car? Repeatedly ranked the Discovery Sport among the least reliable SUVs in its class. Mechanics know this means repeat visits, angry owners, and wasted shop time. So while the Discovery Sport looks like a luxury bargain in the used market, owning one often feels like buying a lifetime membership to your local repair shop. The Alfa Romeo Giulia is one of those cars that turns heads instantly. Sleek lines, sharp handling, and that Italian flair. It feels like the perfect sports sedan. But mechanics know the truth. It's a rolling collection of headaches. Electronics are the main culprit. Owners report random warning lights, failing sensors, and infotainment bugs that can take hours of diagnostics. Even the ZF 8-speed transmission, which is solid in other brands, shows occasional hiccups here, especially when paired with Alfa's temperamental software. Cooling issues and premature wear on smaller components don't help either. Then comes the parts problem. Simple fixes can turn into weeks of downtime, because parts aren't always available and rarely come cheap. Consumer Reports once ranked Alfa Romeo dead last in reliability, and the Giulia was a big reason why. So yes, the Giulia is gorgeous and fun to drive, but behind that beauty is a car that mechanics secretly avoid, because passion doesn't pay the repair bills. BMW's flagship sedan is meant to showcase luxury and technology, but for mechanics, The 7 Series is less of a showcase and more of a survival test. The G11 generation is loaded with electronics, sensors, and a suspension system so complex that a single fault can snowball into thousands of dollars in repairs. Air suspension failures, steering issues, and malfunctioning driver assist systems are all common complaints. And when something goes wrong, diagnosing the root cause often requires hours of scanning, resets, and specialized tools. Independent shops usually don't want to gamble on it, because if one system doesn't play nice, 3 more warning lights follow. Repair costs are equally brutal. A failed suspension component alone can top $3,000, and that's before labor. Consumer reports and reliability trackers consistently marked the 7 Series well below average, showing the gap between engineering ambition and real-world durability. For owners, it's luxury on the surface. For mechanics, it's a nightmare they'd rather leave parked. The W222 S-Class was designed to be the benchmark of luxury sedans, and in many ways, it delivered. An interior dripping with fine leather and wood, advanced driver assist features, and a ride so smooth it feels like gliding on glass. But behind the glamour lies a financial trap. Once the factory warranty expires, every repair turns into a wallet-crushing ordeal. Air suspension failure alone can set you back $2,500 per corner, and that's before labor. Electronic gremlins are notorious, from the command infotainment glitches to failing driver assist sensors. Even routine maintenance isn't cheap. Oil services run north of $400, and specialized parts often have long wait times. Consumer reports consistently flagged the W222 for below-average reliability, particularly in its drivetrain and electronics. Used examples today list between $30,000 and $55,000, which feels like a bargain compared to the original $100,000 plus price tag. But that illusion of affordability fades fast once ownership costs start stacking up. The W222 may deliver a 5-star driving experience, yet for most owners it's a 1-star reliability story, exactly why mechanics steer clear. When Maserati launched the Levante, it was supposed to redefine the luxury SUV segment with Italian styling and Ferrari-derived engines. And sure, the design is stunning, the exhaust note addictive, and the badge alone carries undeniable presence. But here's the harsh truth. This SUV is infamous for spending more time in service bays than in owners' driveways. J.D. Power ranked it near the bottom for dependability, with recurring failures in electronics, drivetrain components, and suspension systems. Repair costs are jaw-dropping. A basic oil change hovers around $400, while more serious jobs can climb into the thousands with little warning. Depreciation is another sting. 2017 models now trade hands between $25,000 and $35,000, less than half their original sticker. That means, even if you score one cheap, ownership is anything but affordable. For mechanics, the Levante is a nightmare. Expensive parts, awkward layouts, and endless reliability headaches. For buyers, it's proof that exclusivity and performance don't always equal smart ownership. And that wraps up our list of SUVs that went from solid to seriously disappointing. Some of these nameplates started strong but fell apart with poor updates, cost-cutting, or just bad engineering choices. If you found this list helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk on cars, and let me know in the comments which SUV you think took the biggest dive.